Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Takeover Lounge. It's a Tuesday, throwing me off. I feel like I'm supposed to sleep in tomorrow, but I gotta get up. But yo, we got a special guest. It was special. We had to make this happen because we got Never Gonna Fall Off, aka Reuben, up in here. How you doing, Reuben?
I'm doing good, bro. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yo, we've been trying to plan something to get interviews, and then you're too busy, and then I'm too busy, and then now it's just good to have you here, man. It's just great.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, so I'm glad we made it happen.
Yeah, of course, man. I was just gonna get into it. Usually Daniela starts, but I just want to know what is Never Gonna Fall Off.
Okay, so I mean, not to give too much of into it, but basically ever since me growing up, I've had a few different brands. It took me a while to get to the point of where I felt like I wanted to actually take the brand more than just me, myself, and I. So basically, I had a clothing brand. I had like my own type of promotions for myself. Basically getting into everything, I started with the camera, which was, photography, shooting videos. I've already been in front of, there's a lot of names personally. And so it just got to the point of where I wanted to create a platform. And, I've always seen myself as like, I know it's kind of weird to say it like this, but I've always seen myself as like a plug. And I'm not talking like go get your needs, but I'm talking like if you're in Tucson, and if you need a studio or if you need a producer or if you need a video, or if you want to work with a certain artist, more than likely I've always had the capability to make that happen. So I created a platform which is Never Gonna Fall Off. It kind of took me a while to get to the name of it, but I think everybody could relate, and that's why I kind of branded it like that. And personally, for like the first year of when I started, I didn't even follow myself on the page just because I wanted to put the platform out there as for like my city and my state first. Like I already feel like I built my personal image. So Never Gonna Fall Off is more for the people, more for the city, more for the state, pretty much allowing any type of artist to post on a platform and for, people within the city to see it, because I built it from the ground up. It's almost at like 2K. So I'm proud for that. It's all organic at the end of the day. And there's a lot of people, that have seen it as a good thing for the people around us. So, Never Gonna Fall Off. It's just a platform. It's a brand. Eventually, I'm gonna get into like the merch of it, so I can have some clothes going. And I've always been more on the custom side, so I'm probably gonna have some things coming out custom rather than just everybody can get the same thing. And then pretty much it started off as like a freelance, everybody come in, bring your content, bring who you are. I'm going to post you. I'm going to get you going. And whoever taps in. That's up to them at the end of the day. I can't tell anybody to go into your content, but I can at least put it on platform for people to see it. And it's kind of crazy because I seen it as like a promotions thing. I seen it as events. I seen it as concerts. I seen it as, merch. And I actually like just posted a flyer a few days ago, that blue face flyer, and that was the first flyer I've ever got paid for. So I've already been paid from Never Gonna Fall Off by posting something, which that's already an accomplishment that took me at least 2,000 followers later. So though, a lot of people put a ticket on it, and I've never been that type, just because I know I got a lot more to work towards before I can start charging and before I can start, putting it out there as like an advertisement. But for now, I'm building it from the ground up. Everybody knows that taps in with me that I'll show love on the story. That's a fact. But on my account, like the post, I've been getting a little more strict with that. I've been minimizing what I really want people to come and see. So basically, it's a brand at the end of the day, and I'm the only one behind it, but I have a big movement.
That's dope, man. I like that. Very, very in depth. So now I understand where we're coming from. I understand it like completely. That's dope.
That's awesome. So are you based mainly in Tucson, or how did you make the Phoenix connection?
Well, Tucson is where I'm from, so that was natural. Like pretty much growing up, any side of town. Like I grew up on the south side, but I have a little bit of ends on the east. I have a little bit of ends out there in Vail and the north side of too. So pretty much I've always been well connected. And the camera is what, got me on the scene to be able to you know, put a name for anything that I bring to the table. So pretty much Never Gonna Fall Off is based in Tucson, Arizona, but the thing is I've shot concerts in Phoenix. So like pretty much at the press room, I've shot there a few times. So, you know, meeting a lot of Phoenix artists out there that actually are on the scene rather than like in Tucson, I'd more go out and find it. In Phoenix, I was already in the same place at the right time, you know. So basically I was already connected directly to the artists that I need to communicate with, and in order to get them to Tucson, I had to build like a good friendship, in which, you know, I do have a few of those in Phoenix and a lot in Tucson.
That's dope. That's dope. So like when you say search for artists here in Tucson, like you mean like try to find like the hidden gems within Tucson itself?
I would say there's a lot of hidden gems within Tucson, and a lot of them are actually my friends. You know, I've had like personal relationships with a lot of people, and I've seen the talent within them, and I've always had the capability to, you know, get somebody to push more with what they can bring, rather than just think that mentality like nobody's gonna watch me, nobody's really listening. But at the end of the day, you know, you just have to put it out there, and the rest will come in. So basically, like pretty much there's only one artist that I'll always say that I always will have with me, and his name is OD. On Instagram, his name is ODZ. Pretty much he's in the similar boat as me. You know, he's from the South, but at the end of the day, he's not on any type of gang affiliated business. But the people that are in that industry, you know, respect him already for a character and a person that he is. So, you know, I pretty much put him on the pedestal of like, dude, you need to get that content going, because the people will follow. Believe it or not, you know, they will. And basically when he dropped that video, and he was only featured on it, keep in mind he was only featured on it hit like 7K in like 2 days. Wow. But the thing is that video had so much going on with it that I'm not gonna drop any names, but basically, you know, somebody got caught up, so they had to mute the video. But that's how loud it got for the city of Tucson. And, you know, a lot of people seen it. But ODZ, he's actually the only artist that, you know, I want to put further into the game. And I've already managed another artist, and that was Bakari, Avatar Bake. I don't know if you guys know him, but he moved on and did his own thing. But now organically in Tucson, I have ODZ on my side. So pretty much we're going to build from the ground up. And at the end of the day, everybody that I'm connected to, they have their own thing going, but I like to share a little bit of what I got going, because I have a lot of resources, not only for Tucson, Phoenix, Vegas, and even Cali. I've touched base in all of those places, and I have multiple resources to do the things that I'm doing in my city out there. But I just wanted to start here to make it right, basically.
Right. That makes sense, man. And yeah, definitely. You got What's Up Tucson over there tweeting about you and during the shoot. I remember hearing about that. Crazy. Yeah, so I was like, and I looked on your Instagram. I was like, oh, sure enough, it was Reuben. But that was up. What was it like before Never Gonna Fall Off? I mean, you said you started with a camera. I mean, how did that start off for you? How did you get into videography, photography?
I would say it started off always as like being a creative mind, you know, having a vision for things. And my brothers and even my best friends that are out there, they all are into dirt bikes. They're all into quads. They're all into razors. So basically it all started as like an outdoor thing, you know, shooting for the people that I really want to be around, and build something that they can, you know, post on their pages. Because when I first started with the camera, it wasn't even like the stage how we have now, when everybody wants to post things. It was like, if you were a photographer, that's what you like to do. You know, that's what you want to do. So I always just had that thing of like, you know, keeping a memory for the main ones around me, and for the things that I like doing and going out and doing, which mainly was the dirt bikes and the quads. That's how it started. And then it led to like the concerts, and then it led to the individual artists of working with them. And then, you know, it just started growing from that point, basically.
That's nice. That's dope. It sounds like almost similar to Sonny's story, huh, Danila? Kind of just like him shooting stuff with his friends. And because we had him on 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So it was just, interesting hearing that from you as well. What were you first shooting off of?
Oh, that's funny that you asked. You know, like This is like my first interview. This is my first anything going live. So, I'm just going to put it out there. Basically, I had a $99 Nikon Coolpix. And believe it or not, like I can show you the proof of it. It's kind of crazy. I was shooting with the $99 Nikon Coolpix. And at that time, when I decided to take photography a little more serious, I was living in Vegas. So I was out there for a little bit. And basically, I connected instantly with a celebrity. And I don't know if you guys know who Fabulous is, but he was the first artist to ever make me, realize that you can have it all and still be humble. You can have it all and still relate to any type of person, whether or not they got it or they don't. So basically, he welcomed me in and he was like, bro, we're going to Dre's. We're going to shoot at the club. It's like a 2 a.m. concert, so you better be ready. And my mind is thinking like, oh, wow, how did dude even DM me back? The way that Instagram works, it's kind of crazy. And at that time, Instagram, you could only be logged on one account. So I knew instantly it was Fabulous. Like, I was like, that's no joke. Like, he's really going to let me shoot for him. So basically, I brought my best homie that was out in Vegas with me. His name is Damon. And he's probably the best cameraman I've ever met, period. Like, any name that you could think of, I'm talking like Metro Boomin, Nav, The Weeknd, Migos, like all of them. He's already been tapped in because that's the way the life in Vegas works. You are tapped in. So basically, Damon, he was the more of had the profession, but wouldn't put his name out there like that. He would only, let his inquiries come in rather than go and find them. So basically, I told Damon, like, hey, we got to shoot. And this is a big one because if Fabulous, if he rocks with us, every time he comes to Vegas, he's going to tap in. Right. So basically, I brought Damon, which, he had the $1,000 camera, been shooting movies, been shooting music videos. He was established. So it was like a two-man team, basically, in the beginning. So basically, I got into that world. And after shooting for Fabulous with the $99 camera, it was only up from there.
That's dope. Well, can you explain that night? I mean, just like, what? You were in Vegas and you're filming with Fabulous? Like, what? Like, what was that like?
It was kind of crazy, to be honest, because my boy that I was out there with, he was actually under 21. Okay. And he was like, bro, come on, like, you getting in there? I got to get in there too. And I was like, I know, like, we're going to get there, but it doesn't work like that. Out here, you got to have ID. You can't just get in the club. Like, you have to be 21 and up. So basically, I got dropped off. I did my own thing and I linked with my boy. And from Fabulous DMing me, he told me exactly where he was at. He told me how to find him, but he left like the room number out specifically. Okay. And so basically, we're in Caesar's Palace. Like, where do we go? Like, how are we gonna find him? Right. And I was like, I'm DMing, bro, but who knows what's going on? So he'll get back to me as he can. And so we were thinking, like, let's go talk to the lady at the front counter. But you can't go up there and be like, hey, where's Fabulous's room? She's gonna be like, nah, like, it doesn't work like that. So we looked up his real name, and so finally they're like, okay, let me call his room, and if he answers, I'll let you guys up. And he didn't answer. So we're like, oh, okay. And so I waited for the DM back, and he's like, I'm in this specific tower, come through. So we, we walked through Caesar Palace. It has multiple towers. And right when we get in the elevator, how you see movies and there's those dudes in tuxedos? Yeah. It was like that. So you get in the elevator and dude's already greeting you like, hey, how you doing? And it was me and my homie, and we're like, good, like, all right. So we're going up, and we get to the floor of where he's at. And so we get out the elevator, and you know how when you see two halls that go like this, and then there's double doors in the middle? Right. Basically, that's how it was. So the double doors in the middle is where he was at. And so all we could hear was like music bumping. We're like, oh, damn, they're getting lit. Like, this is a good scene right here. Right. And so we're knocking on the door. And Fabulous, he's like too far out of the league that nobody could even compare. Like, he got security guards that are on his team. They call him Big Black Muscle, BBM. So he legit has a security team like that. He walks around like a president. And basically we knock on the door, and his homie, which is like 6'8", probably like 300 pounds. Like, he's a big dude. Right. Like, I'm talking, this dude wears gloves when he goes out. And so this dude opens the door, and he was like, who are you guys? And we're like, we're here to shoot for Fabulous. And he's all, no, you're not. You're not. And then we're like, oh, okay. And then like few seconds later, here comes Fabulous. And then I don't know if anybody's ever felt any type of like starstruck before. And I don't get like that. But, I've always been, keeping up with Fabulous because he's one of the freshest men on this earth when it comes to any type of game. And so I was like, whoa. And so he's like, come on in. I gotta finish getting ready, but you guys can just hang out down here. And it was a big old penthouse, like
Jeez.
The penthouses that you could think of and look at. That's what it was, and that's what he stays at every single time he's in Vegas because he has a residency. Like he has it going on. So basically, we went in there, and that was the first time shooting from. I shot from like 2 or 3 times, but Damon shoots for him every single time, like till this day. And this was back in like 2016. And so basically we went in there and there wasn't anybody in there. There was like his few homies, but pretty much those are his brothers, like his management. Right. And then, there was women in there. Like I'm talking 10 out of 10s. It was like, wow, like you instantly would want to try to connect if you had a camera because it was already a good room to be in, Right. And so basically, after he got ready, it was like 1 or 2 a.m. I never shot concerts like this. And so basically we're in the elevator and Fab was like, if they don't send that deposit, I'm not performing. And like when you hear an artist talk like that, that's big. So they ended up, sending it through. But before we went to the concert, there's a restaurant at the bottom of Caesar's Palace. And basically when you go in there, they have rooms basically that you can sit in front of the tables when they cook in front of you. But they have like curtains. So it's like private. Wow. So basically there was like 17, 18 of us in there. And then fast forward a little bit. So we get ready to leave. And his manager, his name is Kev, Street Fam Kev on Instagram. Okay. And so basically he goes, hey, we're about to link up with Chris Brown. And so I was like, damn, like I'm already hitting on this shoot. So literally from walking out of the restaurant from where we were at to the front of it, there was Chris Brown chilling at a table. And it was like with all college people, though. Like it was a whole different type of feel. But he did stand up specifically and shake Fabulous's hand. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to be there. And so I already knew Chris Brown was going to be at the concert. And so basically, we get, and keep in mind, when we walk to the parking garage, there's already trucks waiting right there with the personal drivers. There's no waiting. Like he's already, like it's set, like the bar is there. Yeah. And so basically we rode over there to Dre's, went through the back door. And then when we were shooting, that was the biggest platform I ever been on. And when we were shooting, basically, I seen Bow Wow there. I seen Jermaine Dupri there. I seen Swaggy P there. That the jeweler. There's a jeweler. I forget his name, but his daughter got famous for flashing all that money in the car. The Asians. He was there. And there was a few like up and coming people that were like from the money team, from their individual teams. So I got a little bit of link up. Oh, and Wiz Khalifa was there too.
Wow, that was
an instant hit.
Yeah, definitely. I can't imagine being in a room full of that. You know what I mean? For my first shoot ever, to be like, yo, what? That's crazy, man. That's dope.
That was like all of it in a little something,
Right. Exactly. So, we're about to roll a clip that we got for you. So let's check it out.
For sure.
Appreciate you guys for coming to our first Sunday showcase, hosted by yours truly, Migo Milo, Tucson, Never Gonna Fall Off, Reuben, and last but not least, South 6 Bodega. Give a round of applause for South 6 Bodega.
to the gang, man. It's Young Askey, reporting live from Bodega, baby.
Dang, throwing it back to the old Bodega shop.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That was the last show ever at that shop.
Yeah.
That was the last anything.
That's crazy. And was it the first show ever there? Like one of the first shows to be ever at the Bodega?
Well, I did. So I did a freestyle on the beat event. So basically,
Okay.
I had a producer that I'm cool with, Ant, make a beat, and I invited a lot of artists, and to make some type of content, and to give a little bit more of an exposure, like a networking type of event.
Right.
I had that during the day at South Six Bodega, but then we wanted to do a little bit more of like an ongoing thing. So like every Sunday, do a showcase. So that was like the first showcase. But then at that show, they did tell us like, hey, we're moving to the mall. So this is going to be the last thing. So basically that's why nobody's seen a continuing of the showcases. But that was like the first actual show where artists performed their real music.
That's dope. That's really dope.
So with the showcases, do you choose your artists or do they submit something? What's the process for that?
Usually, to be honest, I always reach out to the people that I see working, and the people that I've been following for some time now. I try to keep it like as a seniority thing. If you've been with me, we're going to continue to go, and if we come across you, or if I come across you, I'll involve you. So basically, I've always been trying to stick with the few artists that I see making an impact for my city and my state, let alone their own career. And then I bring in the other one. So I usually do a little bit of like 3 brackets. Basically, first bracket would be artists that have already done shows, artists that already have features, artists that already have videos, artists that are already going the route that they would like to go in their career. Second bracket is people that are still trying to find themselves, but they still did the shows, but they're still not having like the marketing or the networking or the promotions behind them. So, I'd give them an opportunity as well. I can't just favor the people that got it going on, because you never know if somebody surpasses you. You got to be, you got to be in there too sometimes. So basically, first bracket, second bracket, and then the third bracket that, I like these artists because they're these ones are going to rock with me till the end. Basically, the ones that I'm putting on the platform to give them their first mic exposure, to give them their first little bit camera video. So pretty much, I try to do it for everybody.
That's dope. That's real sick. I like that. I like the brackets that you have already lined out. That's really dope. So, like, what's your favorite part of Never Gonna Fall? Is it the filming? Is it the editing? Is it the promotion? What's your favorite part?
I would say the favorite part that I have about the brand is basically, a movement that everybody will always have a memory for any time that they affiliate themselves with anything that I do. And usually we're only going to meet if I want to talk to you, or if we have an event, which, if I have an event, that's mainly going to be the only time. But, I do reach out more than I would say any person probably in this state, because I got to build a little bit of a relationship with you so we can continue to be great. So basically, I would say probably the networking part has always been the most interest for me, because I'm good at that.
Yeah, that's dope. What's one of the tips you can give to somebody for networking? Like, if I meet you, what do you look for to connect? Like, what's a good way to approach somebody?
So I would say, like, from any point of view of whenever you're somewhere, because I used to always go to a lot of places and I would look at the mentality like, oh, of course we're at a party, or of course we're at a concert, or of course we're somewhere where things are going on. But truthfully, if you're there for a purpose, you got to look at it like, all right, I got a camera. So, the artists that are on stage, basically, for the ones that I see, that I would want to work with, I'm going to get a little bit of footage in just on my own. And of course, going forward, they're going to recognize me. So we'll start, with what I have to offer, and then I'll DM you later and show you basically the content that I have. And that's going to instantly get you to, keep rocking with me. So that would be the photographer to the artist perspective, just take your route. and do the visions for what you want and for the people that you would want to work with, because more than likely they don't have a cameraman, and they will, they will work with you. In today's date, we're getting checks for shooting photos and videos, so anybody can get there. I'm a witness of that. I can say you got to start from the ground and get your movement going. And I would say from the artist perspective, you got to have enough content to show somebody before you even say, well, probably after you say hello, like, hey, my name is so-and-so, you got to have a little bit of content to bring to the table so people can see you're serious, so people can see, you have a qualification of at least saying who you are. Right. I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, I'm a model, I'm a photographer. You got to have a little bit of a background. And I've always looked at it like I've been building my resume, and eventually I see it as like an empire. So if you want to go 1 for 1, we can do that. But I'm not the type to do that. I don't want to go 1 for 1. But with the resume, it's complete. Like there's too many names for me to even list on this, that it's possible. You just have to reach out. And from an artist perspective too, if you're on Instagram, don't be scared to send your links. I know that that makes you look like somebody that's maybe a little thirsty or somebody that's a little annoying. But if you're serious about what you got going on and you really want somebody to see it so they can continue to see what you're showing, you have to go out of your way, and you have to start that initial conversation. You got to bring what you have to the table in a full summary so they can just read it and reply, and you're just straight to business.
Definitely. I see. I feel that. I like what Mario said too. You're really on top of your networking tip, no cap. That's really great to hear. I mean, that means you got the Truly cosign, and you got the Pike cosign. I feel like every artist and everybody is thirsty for the Pike cosign. So for you to have that, that's awesome, man.
Appreciate that.
What would you say is your biggest achievement, like till now?
My biggest achievement, I would say, is probably to where I'm at now, because in the beginning it was all about an image. It was all about, I have to, be presentable, which usually it's like the clothes, the image of how I walk into a building. That was the main thing. But today, fast forward, I would say the main thing is, putting all that behind me, because the city does know and the city can find me if needed. So basically, the platform is what's in front. So if you do need any type of, and I'm going to say it like this, exposure, because at the end of the day, if you don't have your own exposure, who's going to give that to you? There's nobody in Arizona that's doing that for people. And which truly, yes, people put people on events, but I'm actually doing a little bit more, because, I'm showing you studios, I'm showing you producers. I'm basically giving you a list of options when you come to me, so you can find the best thing that suits you. And that's why I was saying earlier, like I've always had an image of being like a plug, but we're not talking about needs. We're just talking about when you come to my city, you don't need to go anywhere else, because you could just hit my line to find what you need.
Right. That's dope. One stop and shop right there. You need studios, you got it. You need videographers, you got it. That's what's up. So Mario beat me to the punch, but what's your goal in the music industry? What's the end goal?
The end goal basically is, of course, everybody has their own route. Of course, everybody has their own vision where they see themselves. My vision where I see myself is for every person that is going through this with me. Basically, we're gonna be on top together. If you were with me from the beginning, we're gonna be with each other in the end. And whether or not, if I knew you in the beginning or throughout the mid, that's still fine, because I'm welcoming anybody for the movement. But in the end, basically, I know which artists are going to allow me to continue to help them to grow. And, not as, I never see myself as a manager, but I've always seen myself as a motivator, and, getting people in the right position to do what they want and to show their craft. And basically, if you're not a photographer or videographer, it's going to be a little bit harder. I will say that, because the camera is an instant given. But the thing is, anybody, if you're good at it, can show what you're made of. And basically, the music industry I want to be able to be. I would say like how they use the term A&R.
Okay.
I would kind of want to be like more like throw that to the left. I would kind of want to be like more scout in a way because I can put beats out there to certain people. You know, I can help you get a feature. I can help you, you know, work with that certain artist that you see that's doing good that won't reply to you maybe. So basically, you know, I want to be as like because I'm not a rapper. I don't make music, so I can't say like my music is gonna be what's out there in the front lines. But for the people that are moving with me, I want that to be in the front lines. And basically, you know, of course, Odeezy, he has the most pop right now, and since he wants to work with me, he's gonna be the person I'm gonna get as furthest as I can go. And any other artist that needs a little bit of push, you're more than welcome to. But my main goal is to get somebody as far as I can go, as far as they can go, while I'm still working to build mine.
That's dope. That's dope to hear. And you know, you were planning a showcase before COVID called the AllStar, right?
Yeah, basically, I did the AllStar 2020 show. I was gonna do that as like an annual show. So once a year, basically, I put all the best artists that I know. Don't get me wrong. There's artists out there that I've never heard about that I'm barely discovering. But for the artists that I know, as for like those 3 brackets that I gave you, this is how I created this show because HBK Swank, number 1. Unfortunately, if anybody disagrees, that's fine. But HBK Swank, he's popping. Tucson, Arizona, he has real fans. He has real supporters. Basically, he can go on Instagram Live and catch 100, 200 viewers off the rip. Nobody in Tucson can do something like that. So, you know, HBK Swank, he don't even do shows in Tucson. So that means something. I got him on my show. You know what I mean? Second one would be ASCII. ASCII, he's popping. He got his own movement. That's what I'm saying. Like some people have their own lane, but I'm still connected. And so ASCII, of course, I gotta drop the check a little. I gotta drop the check every time ASCII on the show. But his first show ever, he'll say Reuben Vii put him on it. Like he's said that in interviews. Like it's real. So basically, you know, if you're with that movement, that's why I bring ASCII in the building. And it's kind of getting to the point where I was like, you know what? ASCII's going to help me out because he's going to bring his people. But now since I've built Never Gonna Fall Off, it's getting to the point where my people are going to flood these artists. So, of course, they're going to have their own people in the building, but my people are going to be there too now. So ASCII, second. Now, third, I added Odeezy to the lineup, and he's always been on my mind to be to the lineup. But he's kind of on the end of like, I don't know, I don't think I'm ready. But you can't think that route. You just gotta, if you got people supporting you and you got real fans that like what you're doing, you just gotta step up and get it done. So I added him onto the lineup. I got Juice Mans, which basically Juice Mans nobody's heard about unless you've came across my page, and that's a fact because he's from Las Vegas. But in Vegas, he got it. He be whipping the Lambos. He be whipping the Bentleys. He be flashing the diamonds. His people in Vegas know who he is and know he built it from the ground up. So Juice Mans, he's gonna come from Vegas to Tucson, and that's gonna give people a little bit more of an open door. So I'm bringing from the outside in, and then basically we got Jake F, which basically he grew up in Tucson and now he lives in Phoenix and he works at the Guest List Mall. So he's already building his. But Jake F as an artist, music wise, like I'm gonna rock with him as a Tucson artist no matter what. So Jake F, and then who do we got on there? Let me look at this list real quick. So basically we got and then we got 16 Block Baby. He's in Phoenix right now, and he has a good campaign behind him. Pretty much the class projects, that's who's behind him. But 16 Block Baby, I got my own relationship with him, so he's pulling up. So he's gonna make a little bit of a noise. And then I would say we got Changa, which, you know, I discovered Changa from his producer, which is Ant Forney, because Anthony is like my homie. And so that was like the first artist Ant Forney put onto the pedestal. So Changa, he was at a Truly show and he turns up. So we had to put Changa on there, and he rocks with me. And then I have HBK Reezy is going to be with HBK Swank. And so they got their own campaign. You know what I mean? They're pulling up. And then we have added up Kevo. He's one sec.
Yeah, well, he got a huge lineup going in for that one, y'all. I'm looking forward to that. I asked him the other day. I was like, "How many people are going to be on this?" He said about like 10 to 15, and I was like, "Yo, what?"
Good Lord.
Yo, we just want to give a quick shout out to people that are watching on Twitter and everybody that's watching on Twitch. Yo, that's love. Don't forget we got GP coming in next week as well, but Reuben's back. So who else we got on the lineup? Did I freeze?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I froze. I was like, oh man, here comes the Frozone comments. Where Manny Meg's in the chat.
He's been quiet.
That's scary. Manny Meg's has been quiet and it's
watch him come back and be like, hi.
Yeah, like dang, we did not miss you at all. Just kidding. Yo, Reuben got some big things coming up, man. I hope we get him back because I want him to finish up who we got on this lineup. But it's definitely going to be something to watch and to witness. But GP's performing next. Jay Bailey and GP is performing Saturday. So that's going to be exciting. Y'all tap in. But I look at you for confirmation. Kind of like Saturday, like
Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. GP Thunder Canyon Brewery. Are you going to be there? Because I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Takeover Lounge is going to be there, so we'll be chilling, posted up in a little corner. I mean, it's weird because we're social, but antisocial at the same time. I don't know. It's just the weird dynamics that's going on in the world right now, where we're just kind of like,
Yeah, honestly, it'll be good. I feel like it'll be a good one.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna be a good one. I just thought hopefully we can get a corner where we can see the stage a little bit, so we can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we went to Cash and Marley B. I was just listening.
Oh, that's true. So I'm just trying to think how it's set up. Maybe we can get like by the what's that called? Soundboard.
Okay, sounds good. Yo,
you can see it enough.
Exactly.
There.
I feel it. So everybody who wants to chill with the Takeover Lounge will be over by the soundboard. You know what's up.
Yep.
Oh,
My bad.
Nah, you're good, man. We're just making some talks. We're just promoting the show on Saturday. You're gonna go, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm good to go. For
sure. How is so finish? I want to hear the rest of the lineup.
Okay, for sure. So, so basically, you know, I left off with a few good names. And we got 80 and Cray. He's tight. You know what I mean? He's been rocking with the South 6 Bodega movement. He's got his own movement, and he's never missed an event that I've had. So that's what I mean by seniority. If you're rocking with me from the beginning, I'm gonna keep giving you those. I'm gonna keep giving you those plays. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna keep giving that to you. So we got 80 and Cray. He's an example of that. We got Eddie Smoke Loud. He's on the east side. You know, he started with the group called The Pack. I don't know if you guys heard of that, but you know what I mean? We got him. We got TK been popping. He's lit. He got his own thing going on. Right. He always works with God Caesar, so I always rock with that. Anything God Caesar touches, I'm all for it. So, you know what I mean? I'm always rocking with that movement. We got Nico Free, which is my boy Trey. Boy Trey. I known him from school, like high school, and he's got his thing going on, and he's getting his buzz. So I would say Big Church. I don't know if you guys heard of Big Church. Have you guys heard of him?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So he's from Phoenix. Well, I don't think he's from Phoenix, but he lives in Phoenix. And this dude, he got what it like. He's already got the income. Right. So he's gonna keep going, but basically he rocks with the Valley Club, and Valley Club is a Phoenix, like kind of how I have Never Gonna Fall Off. Valley Club is like Phoenix version, and so basically Big Church. That's where I discovered him, and he's got good like hard music, and he's not a scammer, but he's kind of like on that tip of where everybody's going with all that. So he's gonna be lit. Y'all see him. We got Sorry Not Sorry. They're the boys. I rock with them. So I would say a little bit more. We have Young J. So Young J 520. I got him on most of my events too. And I think that actually sums it all right there. I was trying to get like a celebrity guest. I was trying to get like another headliner artist, but I think with everything going on, it's fine because like realistically, there was already like 90 some tickets sold. So I gave everybody an opportunity of getting those $5 tickets, which I sold like 60 of those easy.
Wow.
And artists did contribute, you know what I mean? I'm not going to take that shine. So after 60, they were all bumped up to 10. And then I sold one ticket. So somebody hit me up and they're like, I need that. And I was like, all right. And so I sold them a $20 ticket.
Hey.
So I mean, it's only going up, but you do have to start where you need to. And from the initial get go, I was planning on doing the $5 tickets because that's in everybody's budget.
Right. That makes sense to me. Pike brings up a good question, man. Where do you find these artists? Like what? Just Instagram, or what platforms are you using? Like, are you using our Discord, Tucson Discord?
To keep it real with you, Never Gonna Fall Off is only on Instagram. I was thinking about going on the Twitter route, but on my personal Twitter, I kind of put it to the side because I believe, and this is me. Don't as anybody in here, don't take this for yourself. For me, I kind of thought that how can you make it on a social media if you can't focus on one? So Instagram was my focus of where I wanted to drive, and Instagram was my focus where I seen a lot of potential with everything that I want to do. So basically, a lot of these artists I've met either going to shows and discover them, coming across them by them reaching out to me, or I've just already been around them and they've been making music, so we've just been always growing.
Makes sense to me.
Let's see. So how has it been for you during the pandemic?
Oh, it's been well, I mean, for everybody it's rough, you know. Everybody's going through their own situations, and you know, you just got to keep your head up. You got to stay focused, try to continue to reach another goal that you have set for yourself. It's allowed me to be around the fam a little bit more, so that's a good thing of it. I've been working from home, so I mean, why not work from home and get a check? So that's been cool.
I feel that. That's dope. What other things are you working on, or can we see a Never Gonna Fall Off website? You mentioned merch. Can we see that coming soon?
That was actually what's been cycling in my mind, and this is a tip that I'm just gonna throw y'all with some free game. So that's basically, if you guys create a website for what you have going for your brand, this goes for anybody. You don't necessarily need to have people that, you know, come to your website and buy things. But, you know, as building up who you are, you should start something. In my Never Gonna Fall Off page, this is how I see it. I'm going to create the website. I'm going to put my merch on it. A few artists that I work with directly, I'm going to try to keep them from going YouTube route and try to get them directly to my website. So basically, you'd have to go to the website to see their music videos specifically, because when you have your own website, basically, if you get it monetized, for every click, for every purchase, for anything that people come into it with, you're going to get a little something out of that too. So I've been actually thinking of the Never Gonna Fall Off website so I can put everything on there as a whole. So when I do special things, it drives that traffic to the website, which, you know, you got to start like that in order to create something that you want to be successful with. So I would suggest, you know, creating a website, and I will be on the works of that, definitely.
That's dope. That's exciting to hear. What's your favorite song right now? What's in your rotation?
I mean, to be honest, like if I was to look at my phone real quick, I would probably say either some Drake, some Chief Keef. I've been rocking with Moneybagg Yo.
Moneybagg.
And I'll give you one more. AMBJ. I'm kind of more of always on like a hyper tip when I listen to my music personally.
Yeah, I can see that. You got some Moneybagg Yo in there, so that definitely will get you on one for sure.
Of course, Meek Mill too. I can't leave Meek Mill out of there.
Hey, shout out Meek. That's dope. What local artists are you listening to right now, or AZ artists?
So anybody that rocks with my movement, I always tell them anything new that you drop, make sure to send it to me because I will listen. So you know what I mean. The last two things that I've seen was ASCII song, and then when ODZ just dropped his video, that was kind of the two main things that I was rocking with, like locally. Right. So ASCII's The Fast Life, and then ODZ, which was CFN. That video's on mute right now, so you can't find it. But that video, CFN, came from nothing. And then I would say Greneasy, he just dropped a new project, and he got a song with 24 Hours, and that's pretty fire.
Oh, that's dope.
Changa, I listen to his music because what he drops, you're just gonna get in a good mood to it. And of course, HBK Swank. Swank got a good playlist, and it hasn't hit Apple Music, but basically it's on SoundCloud. He has a song with Ugly God, and which is for an artist in Tucson. I think he set the bar with that one.
Yeah, definitely. He's been sitting on that one for a while because Ugly God ain't dropping nothing. Hadn't dropped anything for a minute. So just to have a feature from him, it's pretty big.
Yeah, so I keep everybody in rotation. If you send it, I'll listen to it. It's just like that.
Yo, you heard it here first. Send your stuff to Reuben. He'll listen for sure.
For sure.
Besides being involved with the hip-hop scene and promotions and all that, what do you do? Like, what do you like to do in general?
What I like to do is usually spend time with my family. That would be the first thing, just because I realize when you grow up, that's like important, not only for your mental, but for everyone around you as well. They want to see you around, and you got to keep that. You can't ever put your character or who you are on the outside involved with your home, because you gotta keep the boundaries. And so I would say that. I've been trying to stay focused a little more. I've been trying to do a little bit of lifting or a little bit of running every day, and that kind of eases my mind a little bit.
Are you stretching? Oh, and you gotta make sure you're stretching, man.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure that you're stretching.
That's a big thing.
I would say the number one thing that I'm probably into right now is drawing. So basically, I've been plotting on a graphic design page. And I'm not going to put myself on the front page of it because I'm going to let that grow organically too. Right. But kind of like what I draw specifically is like cartoon, anime, a little bit of everything. So I've drawn like Courage the Dog, Cat Dog, Crash Bandicoot, Dexter, Krusty the Clown. So things like kind of in that one of one wave. That's what I like to draw. And eventually I see myself getting into the airbrushing world. Okay. So once I get my hand right, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of airbrushing on like t-shirts, fitted hats, shoes, jeans. So kind of leading up to that point, but you got to get your hand right before you can take that next step.
Definitely. Yo, just one last question before we go ahead and end this thing. What are any tips you can give? I mean, you've been giving out a lot of game, actually. You said free game, but you dropped a lot of gems here. But what's one thing you want to leave for viewers to listen to and to practice, or a tip that you wish you had?
Okay. I would say no matter how old you are, if you have your mind set to something and you are passionate about it, go towards that and find something, that you can give a little bit of your time to keep progressing, to stay within your industry so you can see a little bit more rather than just what's in your mind. Because when you keep your mind closed, you're going to never progress. So try to, look for who's within your lane. Maybe you can grow a little bit from that. I would say as well, you know, keep focused definitely at these times for what's going on. Everybody deserves to be as far as they want to be in life. So I've always had the perspective of I'm going to be on top with everyone else that's up there. So basically just meet me there and we're going to get it going. And so, you know, if you're someone that doesn't have any of that going on, just believe in yourself, invest a little bit in your craft, and you'll find your route of where you should really go. And don't ever compare yourself to anyone, because once you do that, you're kind of already taking a step back, because everybody has their own route. You know, don't let anybody cross that. Of course, there's obstacles, but don't let any individual cross your route, and just keep chasing what you have for yourself.
Definitely. Yo, where can they follow you at, man?
You could follow me on Instagram, Never Gonna Fall Off. You could find me on my personal page too if you want. It's Reuben_VII. So I'm mainly on the gram. So my bad if everybody else is on everything else.
Facts. Yo, definitely tap in. Yo, it was a pleasure having you on this Tuesday night special. I get bummed now. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow and stuff like that. But it's all good. Yo, we appreciate you stopping by. Yo, next week we got GP the Poet coming in on Friday. So y'all tap in on Friday. We're gonna be here the normal Friday. Yo, you can follow me at Z__GIV. You can follow Daniela at
Daniela.Almeida01.
She got it. Look at it. First try.
I got it.
And
first try.
You can follow the Takeover Lounge at Lounge Takeover. Follow Mankind at the Mankind Podcast or Podcrafty. I don't know if that one's public yet, but definitely tap in with them. And yo, we will see you Friday.
I hope to see y'all at the show too.
Oh, we'll be there. We'll be there.
All right, for sure.